Has power. He has all finishes in the first round. Doesn't look that skilled. He doesn't deserve to be in the UFC. He's a striker that likes to bang. He likes to get in there. He likes to scrap. I'd say that he gets hit too much for my liking, especially against a sniper. Like, what's up, boys? Coming in here with another quick picks video, breaking down UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Borralho. Let's get into it. First fight up, Cong Wang versus Victoria Leonardo. I think this is a pretty cut and dry. Cong Wang should win. She's way too big of a favorite. She's like minus 1200. She's beaten the likes of Shevchenko in kickboxing, and she's a pretty technical kickboxer. She, in her last fight, mixed in onto the road to UFC. She mixed in a takedown, got the submission win. She's leveling her game. I think that she isn't proven enough in MMA to for sure be smashing people like Victoria, but I'd say that the odds are way too high. Wang should win. I think that she'll win by decision. Confidence level is going to be medium just because she isn't proven in the UFC, or I mean the only people she's beat that's high level, which is really high level, which is Shevchenko, but that was in kickboxing. MMA is different, but I still think she's going to get the win comfortably by decision. Next fight up, Zygimantas Ramaska versus Nathan Fletcher. Nathan Fletcher should win. He has faced better competition. I feel like Ramaska, he struggles with takedowns, and then watching back his fights, in the promotion that he was going in, the ref was honestly just like saving his ass in multiple different fights. He would stand him up when he's full. He's in full mount. His opponent is in full mount, and he stands him up. So in the UFC, I don't think that shit slides. I think if Fletcher gets the takedowns, he's going to be able to control him. Ramaska hasn't shown that he can get up. His striking is pretty dangerous. He throws wild. He's longer. He's bigger. He's an actual 145er. Fletcher is a 135er, moving up in the. And he also fought in the Ultimate Fighter, lost. I'd say that was a pretty bad loss from him, but the opponent wasn't the worst. I'd say he should be the better fighter. He should get the takedowns. He should get the control. I think that he wins by decision. It's going to be low confidence for me just because Ramaska is dangerous. He has knockout power. He throws crazy shots, but Fletcher should get the takedowns, should get the control, possibly get a submission. I think that Ramaska can gas, so possibly maybe second, third round submission, but I'm going to say decision, low confidence. Next fight up, Josiane Nunes versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I'd say Cavalcanti can keep her distance, leg kick her. She, in her last fight, she threw about 60 leg kicks. I think Nunes, her reach is too short. She's too small. She fights people bigger than her every single fight, and I'd say that this is going to be a bad matchup for her because Cavalcanti can keep the distance. She's pretty technical, not crazy good, but Nunes is a bit wild. That's kind of how she gets her power, but she definitely has power. She can possibly knock out Cavalcanti. She isn't that proven, but I'd say she keeps her distance pretty well. She's pretty technical, can land a pretty good one too, has leg kicks, circle around the cage. So give me Cavalcanti by decision, low medium confidence. Next fight up, Viacheslav Borshchev versus James Llontop. I'd say that Borshchev, he's the cleaner striker. He's way more technical. He's a really good kickboxer. His problem is wrestling. His wrestling isn't the best, but he's been facing some fighters that have pretty good wrestling. So it's not the worst takedown defense. I believe that if somehow Llontop goes for takedowns, he'll be able to stuff him because Llontop isn't some crazy good wrestler. He's a striker that likes to bang. He likes to get in there. He likes to scrap. I'd say that he gets hit too much for my liking, especially against a sniper like Borshchev. Borshchev, he's been disappointing in the UFC, but I'd say that his striking is still there. He's still dangerous. The only question is he could be possibly a bit chinny, but I'd say Borshchev, he's just too clean on the feet. His strikes, he throws with combos. It's not like just a one punch. I think that he'll be able to land on Llontop pretty much the whole fight. I think that he's going to knock him out, but Llontop is pretty tough, pretty durable. I say he's going to be able to survive the first round, but I honestly think it's going to be too much output, too much accuracy from Borshchev. So give me Slava Claus by knockout in the second round, medium confidence. Next fight up, Jose Medina versus Zach Reese. I'd say Zach Reese, he's a finisher. He had that slip up with Cody Brundage, got slammed, got knocked out, but then he came out in his next fight against Marquez, I believe, knocked him out in like 20 seconds. He has power. He has all finishes in the first round, wins and losses. He hasn't seen the second round. Medina is really tough. He had that matchup in the Contender Series. He took a lot of punishment. He honestly doesn't deserve to be in the UFC. He got signed from losing in the Contender Series by 30-27, just destruction. Zach Reese is more dangerous. He's better than him everywhere, I believe, except probably toughness, possibly cardio. We don't really know Zach Reese's cardio, so you can't be insanely confident in him just because he's not crazy proven. But I feel like this is medium high confidence because Medina, he doesn't look that skilled. He doesn't deserve to be in the UFC. Reese has power, has submission threat. I believe that he can submit him on the ground, finish him on the feet. I believe it's going to be early. I think Zach Reese is going to knock him out in the first round. Even as durable as Medina is, I still see Reese getting it done, not seeing it past the second round. So give me Reese, medium high confidence, knockout in the first round. Next fight up, Dennis Buzukja versus Francis Marshall. I think this is going to be a pretty close fight. I'd say both of them are pretty similar. Both of them have somewhat power, not really. Both of them are close to the same level, have takedowns, but I feel like Francis Marshall has the better takedowns. Both of them have probably similar striking levels, but the takedown defense and offense is better for Marshall. I think that he'll be able to get that fight to the ground, control him on top, be close on the feet, but get the takedowns to secure the round. So give me Francis Marshall by decision, low confidence. Next fight up, Edmen Shahbazyan versus Gerald Meerschaert. I think that Meerschaert definitely has a way to win. Drag Shahbazyan in the second and third round, possibly look for a submission or get takedowns by getting Shahbazyan tired. But I think that Shahbazyan's power, his accuracy, his striking is a lot better than Meerschaert's, and Meerschaert isn't really a striker. He's been getting better striking. He's been working in takedowns like in his last fight against Barberena, but I don't think Shahbazyan is a Barberena type fighter. Barberena is a bloated 170er that fought at 185, so it was even worse. I'd say that Shahbazyan, his takedown defense isn't the best, but probably be able to stuff some of Meerschaert's early takedowns if he goes for them because he doesn't really rush for them. On the ground, it's a completely different ball game. I think that Meerschaert smokes Shahbazyan on the ground. Possibly can't get the submission, but I think that this fight is going to be standing. Shahbazyan's going to land that shot, find it early. So give me Shahbazyan by knockout in the first round, and it'll be low confidence. Next fight up, Michael Morales versus Neil Magny. I think this is a cut and dry Morales win. It's whether you think it's going to go decision or finish, and I feel like Neil Magny doesn't really get finished. Morales is way cleaner on the feet. I think that he'll get the takedowns. The only problem is if he's going to finish him or not. And I think that Morales isn't necessarily the finishing type in the UFC. I know he has a lot of finishes. I think he has like 11 knockouts, but only 2 out of 4 are knockouts in the UFC. And Neil Magny is really durable. He is really old. Honestly, if you're trying to shoot a punt on Neil Magny, I don't think this is necessarily the chance. Mike Malott maybe was a decent punt, but Morales is way more technical. His leg kicks are really good, and Malott found a lot of success against Magny with leg kicks, and I think that the same thing is going to happen with Morales, except he's just going to be safer on the feet, avoid clinching, and not gas out. Morales is a high prospect. He's an up-and-comer, and I'd say that he's going to get this win comfortably, and it's going to be by decision. So give me Morales by decision, medium high confidence. Next fight up, Kaan Ofli versus Mairon Santos. Both of these guys are pretty tough. Kaan, he has really good output and he kind of just gives it his all. He's a good dog, and he is an underdog in this fight. And I think that that's probably right because Santos is more clean on the feet. He's more calm. He finds his shots. I think Ofli, he has takedowns, and that's going to be his path to victory. He has to get the takedowns, but I feel like he's a bit too small. I think that Santos can keep this on the feet, and he's just going to be the cleaner guy on the feet. He has somewhat power, but I'd say that this fight's probably going to go to decision just because these guys are both tough. And it's going to be a stand-up fight, so give me Santos by decision, and it's going to be low confidence. Next fight up, Ryan Loder versus Robert Valentin. I think that Valentin is just the more dangerous fighter. Loder is a wrestler that on the feet he isn't the best. He's a bit sloppy. He looks a bit goofy. And the same thing kind of goes with Valentin, but I'd say I'm picking him low medium confidence because he just has that danger. He's bringing in it. He does crazy shit. He has takedowns of his own, and he kind of just uses his strength to get those takedowns. He kind of judo throws him, but uses his strength. I'd say that his power is there. In the Ultimate Fighter, I think he had a submission and a knockout. I think maybe first and second round or both in the first round. He's a finisher. Loder, if he tries to work in a takedown, I feel like Valentin maybe will be able to work in a submission. But on the feet, I think Valentin's way stronger, way bigger, faster, more powerful. He'll be able to get to the punch first, and he's just more technical than him. Even though he's a bit wild, I'd say he's more technical than Loder. So give me Valentin by first round knockout, low medium confidence. Heading into the co-main event, Angela Hill versus Tabatha Reese. And I think that this fight is a close one for sure, but Angela Hill is kind of getting slept on. I think the confidence level on hers probably got to be either low or low medium. But I'm probably going to go with low just because Reese has takedowns. If she gets the takedowns, I think she'll be able to control her on the ground. And Angela Hill is getting older, but honestly, she's been looking a lot better in her most recent fights. She's not really slowing down. She has to be the pick just because she's more proven. Faced people like Reese's in Lupita Godinez and other wrestlers. And I'd say that she's got to stuff the takedowns, beat her on the feet, just be lighter on the feet, and have more output. Reese's isn't the worst on the feet, but I think she's far in her. I think that she's not going to be able to do what she wants or get the fight where she wants it. So give me Hill by decision, low confidence. The main event, Gerald Cannonier versus Caio Borralho. Borralho is the common pick. Borralho can get takedowns. His striking is pretty decent. But the only problem is he's never faced anybody like Cannonier. Cannonier is still the top dog or top 5 fighter at the bare minimum, top maybe 7. I'd say that he's only really lost to the top guys, Imavov, Whitaker, Adesanya, beat Sean Strickland. He had that really crazy performance against Vittori that he had I think he had like over 200 significant strikes. People are kind of forgetting him. He did just lose against Imavov. It was an early stoppage, but you could say that he was going to get finished. But if you look at that fight, you look at the judges' scorecard, he was actually winning 2-1 heading into the 4th. So if he lost that 4th round, then you give that to Imavov. So 2-2 on 2 judges' scorecards. So if he was able to survive that round, I guess. But Cannonier, he's still not lost it. He's old, so you can't trust him too much. But I'd say Cannonier, this is his lowest matchup ever or in a long time. And Borralho, he hasn't faced anybody like Cannonier. Cannonier has a lot of output. He has a lot of strength. He doesn't really get taken down, and this fight stands on the feet. I feel like Cannonier is going to get the better of him. Borralho, I don't know. He's not really forcing the takedowns, and he's fine with keeping it on the feet. So if this fight goes on the feet, I feel like I got to take Cannonier. Got to take the experience. Got to take the output. So give me Cannonier by decision, low confidence. My most confident picks are going to be from left to right, top down. So Morales, Reese, Wang, Borshchev are going to be my most confident picks. I think I only have 2 underdogs this card, Cannonier and Hill. Cannonier is probably going to be my funky pick of the week just because I think that this is his lowest matchup in a while. Borralho hasn't faced anybody like Cannonier. If this fight stands on the feet, I favor Cannonier. Hill is another good underdog. I don't really see how she's the underdog because she's faced a lot of people like Reese. She's faced wrestlers. She's better on the feet. If she stops the takedowns, which Reese, she goes for takedowns, but she also is semi-fine with it on the feet. She's not like takedown or bust. So I think that she's going to be able to keep this on the feet and decision her way to a victory. So she's a pretty good underdog, and Cannonier as well. That's going to be my quick picks breakdown for UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Borralho. Thanks for watching.